Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 59 of Let's Play Tyranny. Everything has happened, and holy shit, everything just, like, you know, everything happened, ladies and gentlemen. Shit went down. And we've got 2 missives to read. So let's read Blood and Marks. Kid, I take you're aware of the Overlord's latest decree. If not, let me give it to you straight. Now's a bad time to be an Archon in the Tears, since most likely I'll be the one to cut you down. I thought I'd explain first, not my choice. But if it was, I would still choose to kill you. See you soon. That's a rent. You know what? Let's meet. Blood and Mark. If I'm to die by your hand, I'd prefer it to be in battle, face or to face. Or would that be would that be face to shadow? Regardless of the risk of depriving you of the thrill of a good ambush, I would ask that we meet in person as peers, drawing blades openly. If that's what it's come to. On the reverse of this parchment, I've mapped your location to the wilderness. Let us meet there and settle things. I'll provide you 2 days to scout location in advance should you require. Hope to see you there, Kyros. Ooh. I'm getting cocky. Fatebinder Kyros, unless I'm mistaken, I am very rarely mistaken. I detect your words remorse. Empathy. Though oh, wait, what's this one from? Although an admiral trade is wasted on the undeserving, one profits from fretting over the fates of sedition no more than one profits from the concern of for the pain suffered by the murderer consigned to the headsman's axe. Kyros has branded greater lands than Azure with the lingering effects of edicts. We celebrate such destruction no more than we celebrate a verdict of guilt. They are no more or less than the currency by which we purchase order and peace. Thank you for your response and continued service. Oh, okay, so he sent that and it only just got to us before he's like, oh shit, son, you're gonna die. Right, so let's have a look at our thing. So we can actually, the game's like, you want to cast an edict, bruh? We got your back. So far, we can only cast 2 edicts, and Barrack, looks like Barrack wants to talk to us again.
I have come to regard knowledge as a kind of curse. And I better understand the Overlord's injunctions against too much of it. In knowing why my armor clings to me, I think I began feeling it grow into me. Has it buried itself deeper within me? Or do I imagine this?
A sigh.
Kyros has ordered that the Archons determine a ruler of the Tears from among themselves. This is the time to go to Archon Ash. Submit to him and beg clemency.
This is the most diplomatic answer, and as a fatebinder, that's probably our choice. So I'm gonna go with this. I now stand an equal among the Archons. Perhaps Graven Ash would be willing to release you into my service and from its protection.
You make a well-reasoned argument. If the General is willing to release me to you, then perhaps I could be free of this armor, and serve both of you better for it. I shall follow your lead, Archon. For now.
That's what you fucking think, mate. See, the problem is, I sold all your armor because I sold any piece of armor I thought I could give you, so, you know. Not exactly making this fucking easy, you cunt. And I still need... I've just realized I'm wearing legitimately, like, armor I got right at the beginning of the game. So we're going to do quite a few side quests now, because I know of a few of them. So let's talk to Lantry. Finishing the last pen stroke of a note running about his left arm, Lantry looks up to you with a nod.
Not to steal your glorious day in the sun, but I must say, now all my notes on you are suddenly worth 10 times their weight in iron. My journals will melt the linens off the ladies, I tell you. What's that you say? Buxom, nubile lasses with an interest in old men who know history. You need a definitive tractatus on the trials and tribulations of the Archon of the Tears? Ah, well, you're in luck. I think one can safely conclude that you have the Overlord's attention, and that of the Tears. Soon, all of Tyranny. You realize, I trust, I hope, that nobody other than Kyros has ever cast an edict Until you.
Are you sure history hasn't just edited or forgotten those who could rival the Overlord?
Well, I have a hard time believing that someone would cast an edict and not have it noticed.
Yes, but maybe a rival casts an edict, Kyros kills the rival, then takes credits for the events.
Well, as of now, I've seen with my own eyes that the Overlord is not unique in this regard. And I suppose you're all the evidence I need to throw suspicion on the record. Now, if you are right, that implies the Overlord has no qualms silencing and murdering those who pose a threat. In your case, at least my written record of you might survive. See? I'm being optimistic.
As an assassin, it's also safe to assume Kyros will solve me, to try to solve me in some fashion.
At the same time, if you really were a meaningful threat, you'd have already been the victim of an edict, or bled in Mark's daggers. So this has me rather curious. Just what does the Overlord wish to do with you?
Happen to know when Kyros first cast an edict?
Good question. In parts north, it's commonly held that Kyros' Edict of Dust was the first, but it was cast in the year 11. It was just the first edict to ripple across the whole of Tyranny. If you lived somewhere that used to have antelope, you probably think that's the first edict of the Overlord. But here, the answer is given to us by the Overlord's own sense of posterity. Year 0 of Kyros' calendar is said to correspond to the day Kyros went from warlord to wearer of many crowns. A victory won when the first Edict of Storms shocked both the Cloud Barons and the realm of Medrev to capitulate.
Antelope, is that an animal?
Yes, or it was at least, until they were all wiped out by the Edict of Dust. Or that's as best we've pieced it together from the records. From what we've gathered from their skeletons, they were some sort of mute beastman that ran on 4 legs.
Antelope are not like beast women.
She counters, flexing her claws once, twice, 3 times in annoyance.
Antelope have hooves for fleeing. Beast women have claws for killing. Antelope don't eat meat, are spooked easily, are large but helpless, lumber but lack reason, are prey. Silverback tribe hunted antelope extinct.
She sniffs and flicks the sage a pointed stare.
Old ink mystic tells many strange, stupid tales. Thinks to know everything.
I suppose I'm more of an expert in living things, like birds, and can't quite confirm or deny what you're saying, but just forget I said anything.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. We should get going.
Indeed. Once again, I find myself wishing the days and nights would slow down just a hair. Never enough hours to journal these dense days. Let us be on our way.
And Verse, you got anything to say? Hey Binder, let me get something off my chest. Verse nods to grab your attention. I burn inside. When I dance, it's like I'm trying to get out of fire, to quench it in blood. Instead, I just end up stoking the flames. Shit, did any of that make sense? She smooths down her feathers and sighs. I've always had some strong connection to my Furies. That bond that made me feel, I don't know exactly, like part of something. Now it feels like they're in me. They rise up when I dance, each time a little more restless. When we were fighting after Crocus and Risa, I could hear them. I could almost hear them, like they were whispering to me, tugging from somewhere deep. And even now, even I can't deny that this sounds a lot like, you know, him. She looks off into the distance. The voice is in her heart. Kyros' bloody balls. Yes, the voice is in her heart. The thought alone, I could be anything like the voice in her heart makes me want to flame myself. She inhales deeply, chest rising, then lets it out through her teeth in a low, prolonged hiss. Fire is a complicated metaphor. Sure, it rages and consumes, but it also warms and illuminates. Lost friends can be the same. You've lost me, Fatebinder. She stares you down, downs and waits. Your fondness for your sisters is both a strength and a weakness. Like fire, got it. Nice, normal, red fire. No floating bronze head in it all. She frowns, nodding. If you don't want to turn into him, just don't be like him. What exactly are you suggesting? The right corner of her lip twists. Leave, the Scarlet Chorus. Leave the only place I've ever felt at home? The group that gave me a purpose and taught me to dance? I think not, she smirks. Now, I might be convinced to slit a certain fiery green throat and claim the chorus for my own. One more thing before I call it a day, Fatebinder. Go there, silently. Anyway, Verse backs up to a step. After we spoke to Essa, I slipped a scout some rings to keep an eye on the place and send word if anything out of the ordinary happened. She cracked her knuckles beneath her callous palms. Apparently there have been some strange lurking about. I'd like to head back to River's Break and see if we can't grab one. Maybe dig a little knowledge out of him. But not, you know, in a directly out of the head kind of way. She frowned sheepishly. We'll check it out if we get the chance. I'm not saying it's the most important thing facing us, just, you know, if we find the time. I've got an odd feeling about it, is all. Let's get moving, the war's not over yet. Well, technically, the war just got fucking worse. Like, way. Fuck me. Greetings, Fatebinder. I don't think anyone can train. Nobody can train.
Yes.
Good day, Fatebinder. What do you need?
It's you. No, I'm good. I don't really want to talk to you. You're annoying. Oh, have you made anything like this? Sure did. I may hate you, but I know my place. Good boy. Actually. I like how this guy's all fucking, hey, you want something. And then the second you talk to him, he's like, yep, you want to buy something? Oh, shit. Then, yeah, we're best friends, aren't we? You don't have any fucking potions. What oh, no, you do. There you go. I was about to say, what fucking use are you to me, but... yeah, all those don't. Fucking pointless. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's expensive. Would you consider this a fair trade? I do, to be honest. Armor? Oh, fuck, there's like no armor there. We'll just go to that as well. Right. 2 hour of attack. Wait. Spires? What spires do we need to go to? All of them. So we'll go to... We'll go to the Dawning Spire last. Yeah, we'll go to the Dawning Spire last because that's obviously... We'll go to the Aurora Spire and then Dawning Spire and we'll see if we can open up the Dawning Spire. We also need to go back and see Tunon. Because, well, apparently I have to. The Bane Ward. My power went up, not by much, I don't think. Let's have a look at the Bane Ward. This is going to be replaced a barracks weapon. So the Azure Shield is currently a masterwork, so it's currently better. It has it's also seems to be a smaller shield. This actually seems a little bit more useful, but the ability is where it matters. So when activated, the Azure Shield grants us a bonus to quickness, movement speed, and accuracy. Duration of these effects scales with the renown. And drain the health of nearby enemies for every enemy affected by the wearer of the Bane Ward. Gain a stack and I can... Yep, Bane Ward is better.
This will serve me well.
It's like a lot better as well. Right. That should be all of our uniques up to... Yep, that's all of them up to masterwork. Right. Have you forged something for me? No, shit, that's not what it's not what I'm asking. I meant, I want you to forge... I meant to say I want you to forge something for me. We could get the Commander's Plate going, the Staff of Karen. The ability's not the best. We're going to make the Commander's... Oh shit, we don't have enough copper. You. Shit, I can't buy copper from you. For fuck's sake. The one time I had, like, I was ready to fucking... Well, we have a missive from Blade and Mark. Kid. If I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. I'm going to enjoy killing you. And while I'd love to carve your heart out and feed it to the deities in a remote spot in a shaded world, Unlike you, I'm not dumb enough to act with it on a whim. Can't wait for the educator's execution order. I'll be anticipating your arrival at the court. Don't snuff the lights. For someone who said to like me, he doesn't treat me the nicest, does he? It's like, I'm just gonna fucking ruin your day, kid. That's pretty much what he's saying to me, and it's relatively upsetting. So I need copper. I need what? 2 copper, for fuck's sake. Fine, for now we'll just wait. We'll go somewhere else. We'll go to the Aurora Spire last. We'll go to the Ocean Spire next. Alright, what you got for me, dickhead? I don't have a Spire Infirmary, you motherfucker. Research, edicts. Do it. I think Puppet's the one who sells stuff here. The Blood Chanter stares at you with a vacant expression. Her head tilts to the side in loose fashion. There is a note pinned to her chest. Read note. The words are scrolling in big child's letters. We just adore your home, Fatebinder. Keep up the good work. The parchment bursts into flames that consumes it in an instant. The Bloodshot grins. Just kidding, Fatebinder. I didn't mean to frighten you. I hope you've come to come for training. No, mate. That cunt. They're gonna die a fucking horrible death. Wait, no, it's that one. I think it's Arena, or is it Velos? Oh, actually, is it Philia? It's not. One of these cunts will sell me something. I just don't know which one. I was right. It was this bitch. None of you have fucking copper. Fine, fine, fine. To our training area, which is the second... Oh, wait. Apparently Verse and Barrack want to talk. So let's stop here and we'll have a quick talk with Verse. Are you trying to piss everyone off? Or do you just do this for fun? I'm not judging either way. I'm just curious. Casting Need and Vengeance Well is a good way to shine a beacon on yourself or paint a target. Verse crosses her arms and smiles. Saved your skin, didn't I? Sure did, for now. Like I said, I'm not trying to prod you or suggest you made the wrong call. As someone who likes to stay discreet until she has the opening to strike a killing blow, I find your little public gesture of dominance, well, quaint. Charming in a dumb way. I'm a much better assassin than you, bitch. I can scarcely believe it. You proclaimed an edict. You wielded the power of the Overlord, for a moment, perhaps. But it was enough to turn the tide of battle in our favour. That simply doesn't happen. The Overlord's magic is unknowable as anything on Terratus, as mysterious as well, I was about to say unapproachable as the spires, but you have clearly dispelled that notion. That can only mean trouble for us. Kyros doesn't tolerate competition. No, indeed. I wouldn't want to stand in your place when the day of reckoning comes, but standing next to you might prove just as dangerous. Enough, let's be off. Of course, Fatebinder. He bows stiffly because he's a fucking nice guy, Verse, you fucking whore. Back to the Aurora Spire. Apparently we need to go to Cacophony, the River Break. We've got a few places we need to go. Bastard City is going to be the more annoying of them all.
Will do.
There's the big bad cunt over here. I'd like to train. Oh yeah, these guys literally are just trainers, aren't they? I think it's Scarfist, who's the one I pick up shit from. I don't actually remember. Nope, it's this cunt. Have anything for me? I'll show you what I got. Ah yes, you're my hide trapper. Alright. Well, so, why the fuck do we want to go to River's Break? Well, I say we should be dumb enough and go talk to Tunon. Well, the final judgment stand for Tunon's caught in the Bastion. Explain your action in the tears. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be doing that next part. If you guys enjoyed, see you guys next part. See you guys then.